I have a very fun and powerful system for you today that we're calling Jesper's Flower. Here's why it's called the flower. Okay, here's the flower bud. Okay, and then these outside ones are the petals. Okay, so there's Jesper's Flower. We're going to track all the numbers that hit in this selection. Okay. And we're going to get three different results. Either we're going to get a corner hit, which is 1, 7, 9, and 3. Okay. And if we get a corner hit, let's say number 1 hit, okay, we then will take the chip that's covering that corner and raise it 1 unit. Okay. The other kind of result we'll get will be the splits, which is, 6, 8, 4, and 2. These are the splits. If we get a hit there, let's say the number 2 hit, we would raise the chips that are on number 2 1 unit. All right, and then the other result that we'll get is the main number, the number 5 will hit. Okay, if that's the case, we're going to raise the main number 1 and then raise all the other chips 1 unit. Okay, so everything goes up 1 when the main number hits. The recommended bankroll for this minimum is 3,000 units, and then at that point you have to be very conservative. And really, he recommends 10,000 units because with RNG we can bring our chips down to 10 cents, even 1 cent. Okay, and even if you're playing 1 cent chips, this will still pay really well. You'll still get paid really well. It does pay a lot. So if 3,000 units minimum. Okay, but if you can do 6,000 or even 10,000, he actually recommends, he actually personally used 10,000 units and was wildly profitable for an extended period. Because we're going to flat bet unless we get a hit, then we're going to raise. But as we raise, the units get higher and higher. So keep that in mind that it can really go downward, but that it's designed to come back because it's the permanence. That's what he means by permanence. The group selection receiving its full range of statistics and generating a profit. To minimize swings, especially if we have less than 10,000 units, you want to be conservative. Okay, to minimize the swings, we want to monitor our bank balance, okay, and determine a good time to lower the chips. And you can lower them by 1/2. That's a really good statistical way of approaching it. By 1/2, you can even lower it down to just the very base. And when you lower your chips, you're locking in the profit that you have obtained. So here we go. So we're flat betting. Okay. All right. Now we got a corner hit, number 1. So we're going to take that chip and raise it 1 unit. So now it's a positive progression. Okay. And now we flat bet. All right. We got a split hit. Okay. Number 2. So we're going to take the 2 chips that are on number 2 and raise them 1 unit. Okay, positive progression. Now, these 2 numbers that have come in have higher chip levels. See? And now we're just going to be flat betting. See, statistically, eventually this selection, these 9 numbers, are going to be hot. And so what we're doing is trying to identify the hottest numbers in the selection and then take advantage of the positive variance when it comes in, when it comes back. Okay, another split. All right. So we're going to take that, raise that up. And we're just waiting for our numbers to come in, okay? Okay, number 1 is showing hot. It's hit twice now, so here we go. All right. So we're getting some hits. A couple of splits back to back can help. But obviously the main number is the main target, obviously. And so we flat bet. Most people that play flowers will incrementally raise whether they get a hit or not. We don't do that. We're just gonna flat bet, and we're looking for the statistical clusters of hits in the long term. Okay. Number 2 is also a hot number, and so okay. So we're flat betting. And look, it looks like our selection is definitely experiencing negative variance. Okay, number 9 finally came in. And it's going to swing back. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to keep betting until it swings back. And Jesper's theory is that it will. We just have to bet long enough, wait. And structure our bets so that we become profitable. Okay. Okay, number 7. All right. And okay, number 4, that's nice. That's a nice one. So we raise up the 2 chips, 1 unit. Nice. Number 1 is still hot, hanging in. Okay. Let's see if we get a positive variance here. Doesn't look like it. I mean, basically 1 hit every 4 to 5 spins is expectation. Okay. So, looks like the hits are starting to come in a little more frequently. All right, we're hovering around 4,800. Okay, that's good. Okay, number 7, all right. Yeah. Oh, nice. I was about to say. Okay, now we need to do some thinking. Number 1, we know number 5 has been sleeping. Okay, so immediately I'm expecting number 5 to at least come in at least one more time with some, within expectation. So I'm expecting number 5 to come back. And that's what Jesper says. He basically says what we need to do is continue to raise to get the profit, to get a significant win. Okay, so we just got to hit on the main number, so that means we raise it 1 unit and raise every other chip stack 1 unit. Okay, and we are expecting number 5 to be coming in here shortly, and it'll push us up into profit. Right now we're down about 37 units. We're obviously going to be paid a lot more than that when number 5 hits. No, there it is. See, regression to the mean. 5,206. It's 206 units right there. Yeah, that quickly. When you get a hit, decide whether you want to press on, which could mean higher variance swings, which means even deeper losses, or whether you want to lower your chips by 1/2 or lower your chips entirely. When you lower your chips, you will lock in profits, even though you may be in debt when you do it. You're locking in the recovery high, the high point of your recovery. That's very important. But at the same time, don't be aggressive. Play forward, but just don't do it too much. Make that decision at every hit, and you'll see that there's a balance. And this thing can make you a lot of money. Jesper made a lot of money playing this over an extended period of time. But there are deep swings, so you got to be aware of it and navigate that.
Feel free to watch our other videos with very smart and effective roulette strategies. And check the video description for our practical roulette strategy, tools, and testers. Remember, roulette is a risky business. Always play responsibly and with money you can afford to lose.